Now introducing the Fels Institute of Government Master of Public Administration class of 2021.
You probably think that we're in St. Paul for Lydia's wedding, but it's just a ruse. We're all here to wish you the best and say how proud we are. So we'd all like to say, congratulations, Casey!
Congratulations to Malcolm, the love of my life, and I'm so proud of you and all the hard work you've put in.
Congratulations, Tiara. I'm so proud of you. Wherever you go, your brilliance, creativity, and hard work will enhance not only your own life, but also the whole world.
Hey Elena, just want to congratulate you on an incredible year and let you know that I am so proud of all the work that you put into this. I cannot wait to see what's next for you.
Congrats, Gabby!
Hey Declan, congratulations on graduating. You did such a good job this year. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, Carolyn, from Hobbs, Sourdough, and Nathan.
Jacob, you have completed your degree under exceptional and unprecedented circumstances. You worked very hard, and now you deserve to celebrate your achievement.
Hey Maggie, I'm so proud of everything that you've accomplished, and I can't wait to see what the future has in store for you. Congratulations.
Your degree, and now you're free. You did so great. We're gonna celebrate! Go Megan! Woohoo!
Congratulations, Taylor! We love you! We miss you!
We're proud of you!
See you soon!
Seabear! You did it! Congrats!
Hi Chase, I love you and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations.
Just wanted to congratulate you with your big milestone. It seems like you've been studying forever and I'm so excited for you that you finally finished.
Hi honey, we just wanted to say congratulations and that we love you and we are so proud of you.
Rachel, I'm so proud of you and everything you've accomplished. I know you've got a great future ahead of you. I love you so much, Mom.
Hey Dana.
Congratulations.
We're so proud of you on your graduation.
Congratulations, Cassidy.
We are so proud of you.
And we all love you so much.
Congratulations, Gabby. We're all super proud of you.
Hey Mags, you got your master's in the middle of a pandemic, moving to a new place, losing a job. We can't believe it. We are just so proud of you, Mom and I.
Hi Becca, just wanted to congratulate you on finishing your master's degree and for the perseverance and determination that you have.
Congratulations, Kyle. You know, getting an MPA is hard enough under normal circumstances, but you persevered through a really tough 2020. I can tell how much you gained through this experience, and I know you're going to do great things with your degree going forward.
Hey Andres, I want to wish you a congratulations in graduating. I love you so much. I know how hard you worked. Today's your day. I hope you feel it.
Hi there. I just wanted to take a minute to congratulate Robert Palermo on getting your master's degree. Congratulations, hon. Way to go.
Ashley, you did it. Congratulations. You have officially earned your master's degree from an Ivy League institution, something that I know has always been one of your goals.
Michelle, congratulations on this incredible achievement. You gave up so much and you stepped outside of your comfort zone to take this new commitment on.
Congratulations, Princess. We all proud of you. Keep doing great things.
Congratulations to my amazing husband, John Hood. We are so proud of you. We love you. And congrats to the entire graduating class on such an incredible accomplishment.
Sarah, congrats on graduating. Such a huge accomplishment. And I think everyone around you feels so proud, myself included.
Hi, Daddy. We love you, and we are so proud of you.
Congratulations on your graduation.
We love you so much.
Rose Gustafson, you did it. You did it all on your own. You got to be so proud of yourself. Your dad and I are really proud and so happy for you. Congratulations. You did it.
You did it! Congratulations. I am so proud of you, and you should be so proud of yourself. You have worked incredibly hard, you have persevered, and you have not let anyone or anything interfere with you.
Hi, Gabby. We love you.
Hi, Gabby. Congratulations. Happy graduation.
Congratulations, Nicole, on your graduation. It was a rough year, but you did it.
We're so proud of you, and we love you so much.
Hey John, it's Mom. I just want to tell you congratulations. Not only are you one of the first in my family to have a college degree, but you have a master's degree. Yay!
Hi Carolyn, from your public communications instructor, Sarah Besnoff. Congratulations on graduation. You were the star standout storyteller in my class, and I cannot wait to see where your next chapter brings you. Congratulations.
Hey Zariah, congratulations. We're all so proud of you and can't wait to see what the world has in store for you. Congratulations.
Hi Gabby, congrats on your second master's. I know you will do even more great things in the future. Love you.
Congratulations everyone on earning your master's degree, and especially Sean Naylor. We're very proud of you and we wish you the best. Love you.
On behalf of the Peterkin and Edwards family, those who could only be with us in spirit, the kids and I, we want to say congratulations on your graduation and let you know how proud of you we are of this achievement. You're able to do this during a challenging year.
Congratulations, Rachel, and the rest of the Fels class of 2021. So proud of all you've accomplished and can't wait to see what amazing things you do next.
Congrats, Gabby Thomas. I'm so proud of you.
Congratulations, David. I can't wait to see what comes next for you. And remember, wherever you are, be all there. I love you.
Congrats to my not only beautiful but insanely intelligent fiance, Rosie Bell Maria, for graduating from Penn with not one, but 2 master's degrees. Love you, babe. Proud of you.
Hey, Jazz. Wanted to say congratulations. I know how hard you've been working for this, and happy birthday. Love you lots, and hopefully see you soon.
Hey Sarah, it is Shai here to wish you a huge congratulations on your graduation from the Fels program, and so excited to see all the amazing things you are going to do next. Congratulations.
BJ Brown, congratulations on receiving your master's degree from Penn. We are so glad you're part of the Penn Medicine family and wishing you many wonderful things in your future.
I am proud of your remarkable accomplishments, the connections you have made, and the goals you have achieved. I want to share my love and support as we celebrate your determination to move forward and complete your degree under difficult and unusual circumstances.
Congratulations, Natasha! I am so proud of you for all your achievements. Not only are you a strong, focused woman, but you're an amazing human being.
Good afternoon, everyone. Faculty, colleagues, honored guests, alumni, Dr. Lisa Cook, Vice Dean Nora Lewis, and the Fels class of 2021. Good afternoon and welcome. I'm John Lipensky, one of the faculty directors of the Fels Institute of Government at the University of Pennsylvania, and it is truly my great privilege and honor to share this special moment with you. We gather here to celebrate the graduates of the Fels class of 2021. We have friends, family, guests, and alumni joining us across the region, country, and to be honest, the world. Thank you for taking the time to virtually join us today. This is an unprecedented moment in time, and these students have been exceptional. They've persevered through challenges, change, from pandemics, a pandemic that seems to keep going on, to political changes, to calls for election reform, and even the 2020 election. They have met each challenge with a type of strength and grit that we have now sort of almost taken for granted as characteristics of Fels graduates, but those characteristics are very special. And they've already had an impact. Each student completed a capstone project with a partner organization. Today, many of these projects are being implemented and they will continue to impact the public sector. This is so critical in this particular moment. To all the family and friends joining us, I know you must feel very proud to witness this amazing achievement. I'm proud to be one of the faculty directors of a program committed to public service. Students applied to Fels with a real sense of purpose. They wanted to do good. They had a conviction to make the world a better place. And they came with commitment. They came with commitment to put others before themselves and to do whatever it takes to make an impact. Public service is a true calling. Our Fels students have dedicated themselves to the public good. They oftentimes have to put up with a grueling schedule, and the administrative challenges can be frustrating sometimes, but this work really makes a difference. You truly are providing the infrastructure to make society a better place. Perhaps more now than ever, it's clear how critical it is that public sector leadership is to society. To our Fels graduates at Fels, you've learned a lot of important skills to fulfill your career ambitions and to advance the public good. You built relationships that will last a lifetime. You learn the art of public finance, communication and leadership, and data analytics. You really know how to put these tools to essentially put these tools into effect to solve some of our greatest problems in society. Good government needs administrators who understand the context impacting their work, how to apply rigorous analysis to solve policy challenges, and how to put those solutions into practice. Graduates, you are now ready to go out there and make a real difference. You already have been making a difference. This is a real pivotal moment for you and all of us. You overcame countless challenges and persevered through the rigors of a graduate education during this COVID pandemic. You should indeed celebrate this accomplishment, and everybody around you, everybody today should celebrate that accomplishment. And as you prepare for your next move, I hope that your excitement builds, for this is just the beginning. Today, you will join the next generation of public leaders who will make the world a safer, healthier, and truly a great place to live. We honor you today for all the accomplishments so far, and we can't wait to see what you guys do in the future. And we will get to see what you do in the future, because the one thing that's extremely special about sort of the Fels community is even though you'll be leaving us for your formal education, we know that you'll be a part of sort of our community sort of going forward, probably, almost certainly for the rest of your lives. So please join me in congratulating the Fels class of 2021. To continue with our program, please join me in welcoming Vice Dean Nora Lewis.
Thank you, Professor Lipinski. I'm delighted to be here today to be able to join in congratulating our Fels class of 2021 and welcoming you all to our Penn Arts and Sciences and Fels alumni communities. As Professor Lipinski and your family and friends have noted, it was certainly a challenging year, and we're all just so impressed with the grit and determination you showed in pursuing your education, getting to that endpoint, completing your degrees. We also know that no one does it alone. No one's an island, and it really does take a village. So I'm going to ask our graduating class to join me in a huge note of appreciation to all of those who supported you in being successful in reaching this point. That is our faculty directors, Professors Lipinski and Lewandowski, all of our Fels faculty, our Fels staff for their determination and dedication to making sure that you had the best possible education, no matter what was happening in the world around them. And also, I'm so delighted to see all of your family and friends and those who are able to join us today. I know that they were a huge, huge part of your success. So thank you to all of you who helped make this moment possible. I'll just end by saying, echoing what Professor Lipinski said, if Benjamin Franklin were with us today, I think he would recognize in our Fels graduates and our Fels alumni really the ideal of what he had in mind in founding the University of Pennsylvania, preparing the leaders of our civic public, those who are smart and well-educated, but who also have a passion to go out and do good in the world and to be part of a community in doing that. So congratulations again to all of you. I'm just so thrilled for you, and I look forward to your next chapter. So let me turn things over at this point to Professor Lewandowski for the teaching awards.
Thank you, Dean Lewis.
My name is Matt Lewandowski, and along with Professor Lipinski, I am one of the faculty directors here at Fels. And I'm so appreciative that all of you could join us for this happy occasion. Sadly, we weren't able to be together today, but at least we could be together here virtually. At this time, I'd like to take a moment to recognize the recipient of our 2021 Teaching Award, Professor Claire Robertson-Kraft. The Teaching Award is chosen each year by our graduating students and honors an outstanding instructor here at Fels. Claire is a core instructor for the Executive MPA program, where she teaches statistics, program evaluation, data analysis, and leads the capstone course. She's been the glue to many EMPA cohorts at Fels and consistently receives some of the most positive student reviews of any of our faculty. Rather than describe her myself, I'll share some remarks that some of our graduating students shared with us. Professor Robertson-Kraft is an extraordinary instructor. The level of devotion and commitment she has to student understanding and to putting the material into practice is unparalleled. I have never encountered an educator that gave me the confidence and support to excel in subjects that are difficult for me and are often hard to grasp. I would enroll in any course led by Professor Robertson-Kraft. Another student noted that Claire is an incredible instructor who takes really complicated concepts and boils them down so that everyone can understand them. On top of that, her organization and planning is second to none. It has been a pleasure to have multiple classes with her. Trust the process. Finally, another student noted that they were so appreciative that Claire was with us every semester through Fels. Her consistent presence, clear guidance, and unwavering support sets her apart. So you'll see that's just a small smattering of what students shared with us, and we hope that gives you a sense of why Claire is such a valued member of our Fels community. Through her instruction, our students leave with a new understanding and appreciation of what they are capable of as public leaders and as thinkers. So we're honored to have Claire as part of our community and look forward to working with her and with our students for years to come. Please join me in congratulating Professor Robertson-Kraft. So to continue with our program, Fels core instructors Lauren Russell, Claire Robertson-Kraft, Samantha Sanjanito, Sean Cates, and Mike DeBernardinus will now present our student award recipients.
Now we will present our student awards. The Academic Achievement Award goes to the graduates from each cohort who have demonstrated the highest level of academic proficiency throughout their time at Fels, as demonstrated by their grade point average. For the full-time MPA cohort, the Academic Achievement Award goes to Elena Tombridge. For the Executive MPA cohort, the Academic Achievement Award goes to Meggie McCarthy Alfano. Congratulations, Elena and Meggie.
The Institutional Service Award goes to the graduates who have demonstrated exemplary service to the Fels and Penn community throughout their time as a Fels student, as nominated by their peers. I am pleased to present this year's Institutional Service Awards to two students who have consistently been great advocates for students and the Fels community, Sarah Hamilton and Elena Tombridge. Both Sarah and Elena have been leaders in our Fels student groups and strengthened the Fels community in many ways. Congratulations to Sarah and Elena.
The Public Service Award recognizes graduates who have demonstrated the highest levels of commitment to public service and social good outside of the Penn community, as nominated by their peers. With this year's Public Service Award, we recognize two students who have exemplified the Fels passion for public service, Cassidy Crampton and Brent Peterkin.
The Audrey Miller Portizky Leadership Prize is awarded to a graduating Fels student who has demonstrated superior leadership abilities during his or her time at Fels. This award honors the life and leadership of Audrey Portizky, who has actively involved in advocating for educational equality and passed away in 2004 after her battle with cancer. This year, we are pleased to present the 2021 Portizky Prize to Nicole Carmichael.
The John K. Parker Scholarship is awarded to an MPA student who has demonstrated outstanding commitment to public and community service at Fels. It was established by the classmates of John K. Parker, class of '63, to recognize his especially distinguished career in public service. Mr. Parker has demonstrated a good friend, classmate, and leader who left all of us better off for knowing him and the world of local government better off for his leadership. I am pleased to present this year's Parker Award to Malcolm Dirk.
Finally, the Melissa R. Caplan Fellowship Award. This award serves to honor the life of Melissa R. Caplan, who was an outstanding student, passionate advocate, and active member of the Fels community. The award was donated in her memory by her parents, William and Susan Caplan, and the honoree each year is selected by the Fels faculty directors and administrative leadership in consultation with the Caplans, who are here with us virtually today. I am pleased to present this year's Caplan Award to Gabrielle Hartney and Soraya Lusant.
Now I am privileged to introduce our student graduating speakers. Representing the full-time MPA class of 2021 will be Nasir Assad.
Thank you, Mike, and thank you everyone for taking the time to be here with us today. Good afternoon, faculty, staff, distinguished guests, families, and Fels graduates. It is my honor to speak to you all today at what is the culmination of one of the most challenging and unusual, but unique and rewarding years of most of our lives. It is difficult to describe what it's like closing this wonderful chapter much like we started it, each trapped in little boxes on my computer screen. Yet as I prepare to meet you all in person tomorrow for the first of what I hope to be many times, it is not a feeling of anxiousness, trepidation, or uncertainty that I feel. Instead, I feel connected, comfortable, at home. The thought of entering a room with you all feels familiar, as though we've all been here before, as though we are returning away from a long trip and back to old friends. And that is a testament to the individuals you all are and the character you have exhibited over the past year. We did not get the traditional program experience together, living out the experiences that before we knew it would become some of our most cherished memories in this city and at this university. And yet you all made it special. We spent hours on Zoom running R code error after error until something finally worked. We had inside jokes that are probably only funny to us, and we supported and uplifted one another each day. I counted on you all. I called you all my friends. I respected and admired each of you, and I felt more connected to this virtual group of people than I ever thought possible. Together, we chose not to simply accept the limitations of our circumstances, but instead endeavor to embrace the experience and each other to create something remarkable. Memories, bonds, and lessons that we'll hold on to forever and take with us into this next chapter of our lives. To the Fels leadership that made sure all of us felt part of this community, from the extraordinary events to the care packages and gifts that still sit on my desk at home, shining reminders of a time I will dearly miss, I say thank you. But still, we were kept away. And though it was challenging and demanding at times, I believe it provided us with the most powerful educational experience. The events of the past 18 months and the reason we completed our master's programs from our bedrooms is an extraordinary example of why this education is so crucial. It has always been in times of crisis that we could come together and trust that decision makers and administrators in this country would lead us with confidence, competence, and compassion. But this past year has shattered that notion. It has revealed and exacerbated inequities, divisions, and fundamental flaws in our society and governance. We witnessed a worsening homelessness crisis, an unprecedented social movement for justice and equality, the loss of loved ones, and an intensifying belief that the public sector and the admittedly imperfect but absolutely invaluable public administrators cannot address the most pressing issues of our time. But there is a lesson in that outlook. Today, as we graduate into a world with the last 18 months fresh on our mind, we are presented with the choice. As we enjoy this momentous occasion, celebrated with friends and families, as the world returns to some semblance of normality in which we can hug again, laugh together again, and clink glasses in celebration on our Instagram stories, we may be tempted to follow the safe and comfortable return to the familiar. Enjoy the relief of once again living in precedented times and step into our new roles in the professional world, having gained no new wisdom and drawn no new lessons from this year. Or we could see this moment as one of both opportunity and responsibility and choose to chart a new path forward, a path in which we choose not to shy away from the challenges of our era and our society, in which we define which values and issues we are most passionate about and advocate for them in every space we occupy, in which we do not succumb to the status quo because that's how it's always been, or because someone convinced us that what we know is wrong is incapable of being righted. And this cohort is positioned to do just that. We did not pursue this degree simply out of an interest in public administration. Rather, it was our passion and commitment to serve others, to lead governments, organizations, and communities that drove us to seek the tools to achieve our laudable intentions. A passion and commitment that encouraged us to press on when times were toughest, for some of our peers to wake up on the other side of the world at 3 a.m. to watch a lecture on a soda tax, to juggle our obligation to our careers and families alongside the weight of a full-time education. We hail from different neighborhoods in this city, different states across this country, and different countries across the globe. Our class consists of veterans, elected officials, and nonprofit leaders. Some of us are first-generation Americans, and some of us are third-generation college graduates. We are all unique in our backgrounds, with different life goals, but it is that passion and commitment that binds us and brings us all together. It may be cliche to tell a graduating class that they will be the ones to shape their communities and their world, and I'm sure you've heard it plenty of times, but it has never rung truer than right here, right now, and with you all. So I ask, if not us, with our devotion to public service, equipped with the requisite tools and knowledge to make a difference and steadfast in the face of adversity, then who? If not now, at a divergent moment in our history in which it is evident that the ways of the past cannot safeguard our most vulnerable into the future, then when? As we close this door on this phase of our journey, two questions will remain unanswered. How and what? How will we capitalize on the credentials we now carry, the expertise we now possess, and our worthy aspirations to improve the conditions of those whose lives we will impact? And what will we do to ensure that we do not dim our light to conform to what we know must be changed? The measure of success of this cohort will be whether those questions remain unanswered when we find ourselves together again. The mark of failure will not be in our inability to bring to fruition our lofty goals, dreams, and visions, but in our failure to try at all. Perhaps I'm just some starry-eyed 23-year-old with his head in the clouds, soon to be grounded by the realities of an unfair world and structures that are not fond of change. I understand that. But what I do know is that not trying, not fighting each day to serve others to the best of our ability would be the biggest dereliction of our duty, our privilege, and our potential. To the children in the communities many of us were raised in who need an advocate, to the families like my own who face the brunt of a broken immigration system, to the nonprofits with valiant goals but without the know-how to make it work, we owe it to all of them and to ourselves to walk from these rooms and work tirelessly towards honorable objectives. And I have the utmost confidence we will all do just that. You all earned this degree and few deserve it as much as you. You accepted the difficulty and limitations of learning amidst a pandemic and not only endured, but thrived and prospered throughout. To the families and friends who have sacrificed to support us and as we strive to reach our full potential and who will continue to champion us in our future endeavors, thank you. Your names deserve a place on these diplomas right next to ours. To the faculty and staff who had to improvise, innovate, and transition years of educational practice into an uncharted form of teaching, thank you. You provided us with the quality educational and unquestionable support throughout, balancing the burden of these uncommon times with the responsibilities and commitment to your loved ones with intention and grace. None of this could have happened without us all committing ourselves to a greater purpose and to one another. And to that, I say thank you. Congratulations, Fels class of 2021.
Thank you, Nasir. And now representing the executive MPA class of 2021 is Maggie McCarthy Alfano.
Thank you, Mike. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Maggie McCarthy Alfano, and I am a proud member of the Fels Executive MPA class of 2021. And like most of my Fels peers here today, this is the 17th speech or presentation I have given while staring into my tiny laptop camera. While this was not the year anyone expected, I'm not here today to talk about the coronavirus pandemic. I'm here to discuss another important topic, Thor, a Marvel comic book superhero. Yes, that's right, a superhero. In Thor's origin story, an evil enemy disconnects him from his source of strength and his beloved community, Asgard. Not unlike our own lives in March 2020, Thor's life changes drastically and unexpectedly. Thor seeks guidance from his father, who explains, Asgard isn't a place, it never was. Asgard is where our people stand. No offense to Thor's father, but I like to summarize his advice as, Asgard is a people, not a place. This same wisdom applies to the Fels community, and it was truer than ever during the coronavirus pandemic. In the next few minutes, I'd like to share with you 3 ways that my incredible classmates demonstrated that Fels is a people, not a place. Let me tell you about our Fels people. Early on, it was clear that the executive class of 2021 wasn't afraid to be first. We were the first executive cohort under Mindy's new leadership, the first class to take public management with Mike D, and the first executive cohort to learn economics with Lauren. We were also the first executive cohort that was so obsessed with one another, we took our Zoom classes together in Dana's office during our first semester, sometimes the library, and some of us even started to dress alike. The history books will also write that we were the first to pull off massive pranks and surprises. Whether it involved Michael and Rob delivering 20 boxes of Tacanelli's pizza to Mike D's class, Sarah's creative negotiating skills when she convinced punctual Mike D to hold the bus for our Kensington field trip just for a few minutes, convincing Paul that he missed an entire Saturday lesson on multivariable calculus with Claire, and of course, transforming Malcolm into George Washington. Little did we know, our biggest first was yet to come, our first totally virtual class. Once March 2020 arrived, just like Thor, many of us felt alone and disconnected from our Asgard, Fels. For some, quarantine hit harder than others. But in all seriousness, over the next 18 months, I watched my classmates, my Fels family, bravely face some of the toughest obstacles life can present. So what is Fels without a place? It's a people who are not afraid to approach problems with creativity and to navigate complexity. No matter what was happening in our lives or society, for a few hours each week, we had each other. And these virtual moments on Zoom were just as real as every moment we spent together in person. We had many glimpses into Tiara's artistic side, like when she designed her own hula set for the Zoom winter party, and at Kelsey's incredible teaching ability when she incorporated a fun, interactive component into every project, even over Zoom. We paused when Brent, Kyle, or Maggie shared insights in class that challenged us to question the status quo, and when Gabby, Carolyn O, and Michelle prepared aesthetically beautiful and moving presentations. We marveled at Dana, Ashling, and Marvin when they led us through confusing statistical, economic, or performance management concepts, and at John and Chase when they presented complex tax ideas to solve the city's fiscal crisis. And in losing our place, it was our people who taught us the most important lesson, not to back down from uncertainty, but to embrace it, because great uncertainty can also lead to great opportunity. From Megan, who navigated returning to school after securing a Biden victory, to Carolyn M, Malcolm, and James, who changed jobs or assumed significantly more responsibility at work, and to Casey, who balanced classes, work, and task force meetings at all hours of the night from across the world, my Fels family was fearless, creative, and committed through all of the personal, political, and social unrest of the last 2 years. Initially, I chose Fels because I wanted to understand public policy and administration. But when people ask me now, why Fels and what made my experience unique, I can proudly say the people. 2 years ago, I never imagined myself writing a graduation speech, but Fels alumni encouraged me to take Sarah Besnoff's public communications class. There, I found a compassionate, kind, and authentic environment among my classmates and instructors, and the courage to develop a new skill, As I delivered those speeches and this one today, is with the confidence that I am speaking to a welcoming audience, which has allowed Fels to feel like my home, even in a virtual environment. These characteristics have not only forged us into a family, but into future public servants and leaders. If you ask any of our professors, they will tell you that we brought the same energy and enthusiasm to our virtual classes as we did in person, perhaps even more. And now, as we are spread out across the country, pursuing our next adventures, I am reminded more than ever that our Fels family is a people, not a place. Because Fels is wherever we are, no matter where we are. And so too is the next bright idea, big solution, or breakthrough discovery for our city, our country, or our world. I am grateful that Fels has led me to my next journey, law school, and I feel really badly for my future professors and classmates. They have a lot to live up to. To the Fels faculty and staff who made the last 2 years possible against all odds, thank you. And to my brilliant and resilient executive class of 2021, I think Thor could learn a lesson from all of us. Rather than dropping into despair and solitude like Thor did after battling his enemy Thanos, don't worry, no spoilers, we weren't afraid to ask the hard questions, to have the tough conversations, and to keep going, even when things felt impossible. Thank you for inspiring me with your bravery, your determination, your intelligence, and your kindness. I'm honored and grateful to call you my people and for our Fels family to now be the world's people. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Maggie. And now Tiara Campbell will introduce our keynote commencement speaker. Tiara.
Hello, fellow graduates. My name is Tiara, and I'm pleased to announce our graduation speaker, Dr. Lisa Cook. Dr. Cook is a professor of economics and international relations at Michigan State University. She started her educational journey at Spelman College and became their first Marshall Scholar. Her intelligence and talents have taken her to great academic and professional heights, earning her PhD in economics from the University of California, Berkeley, serving as a faculty member at Harvard University's Kennedy School of Government, and Deputy Director for Africa Research at Harvard's Center for International Development, and currently serving as the Deputy Team Lead for the Federal Reserve Banking and Securities Regulators Agency Review Team on the Biden-Harris transition. Dr. Cook has many more positions and accomplishments worth reviewing on her website, lisadcook.net. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Lisa Cook.
Thank you so much for that wonderful introduction. I'm just going to share my screen. Before I get started, I just want to say congratulations to you all. You all are so inspiring. You didn't ask for these circumstances, but you really made the best of it from everything I've heard and everything that was reported to me while preparing for this talk today. So let me get right to it. I want to talk to you today about the fierce urgency of now, protest policy and change. You are prepared for change. This year of extreme challenge has prepared you for something big and something special. As a person who acquired skills and undertook creative research, I am here to encourage you. You invited me here based on what you know from my CV. I want to tell you about what is not on my CV and that inspires me every day. You might, if you are a student of Martin Luther King Jr., find this quote familiar. We have come to this hallowed spot to remind America of the fierce urgency of now. What you're planning is something that requires thinking about the fierce urgency of now. I just want to show you a few pictures. The Cooks and the McKissicks and the Kings have known each other for 3 generations. Daddy King and my grandfather were friends and ministers in Georgia at the same time. My uncle and my cousin, my uncle Samuel Du Bois Cook and my cousin Floyd McKissick, were in the class of 1948 at Morehouse College with Martin Luther King Jr. You can see them together in various places. My uncle and Martin Luther King Jr. went back and forth revising his political philosophy. This is just one letter from my uncle to Martin Luther King Jr., and they corresponded constantly. My cousin Floyd McKissick was at the March on Washington for Jobs and Freedom, and he is pictured here after the march with President Kennedy and with other organizers of the March on Washington. He was one of the speakers, one of the few speakers at the March on Washington, and here he is with Dr. King. Protest and justice. As an undergraduate, I led 1 to 2 protests per year. You probably don't know that about many economists like me. I was protesting a new curfew that had been implemented. I was protesting a bad football team that we had to pay tickets for. I was protesting the lack of vegan and vegetarian options in the cafeteria. I was protesting in solidarity with the Polish people before the end of communism. I was protesting about divestment from South Africa. These fall into several buckets that will be familiar to you. Your generation is more concerned about social justice than many other people in your age group and in your cohort, in your generation. This is being shown in many different studies and many different polls. The things that are on your minds and on many Americans' minds include police killings of unarmed Black people, including Floyd, Taylor, Audrey, the collective trauma from this feature of American life. So one of the things that you all want to address is the rise in deaths of despair, opioid addiction, gun violence, and the rise in mortality. Economic justice, remaking the rules that you engage with respect to society and with respect to the economy, addressing the racial wealth gap, addressing income and wealth inequality generally. Racial justice, this is something that this generation has definitely embraced. The Hidden Rules of Race, a publication by the Roosevelt Institute, highlights many of the issues related to racial justice, but they aren't unfamiliar to you. I won't go through them all. What is needed here, and something that your generation has articulated, your cohort has articulated, is addressing the root of various racial disparities beyond the racial wealth gap. In thinking about protest and thinking about the change that comes from protest, you have to have urgency and no silence. On this day commemorating the beginning of your next chapters, we as members of the Fels community should embrace King's sense of urgency and rejecting silence to address these and related issues. Don't give in to cynicism. We see it everywhere, and this is coming from an economist. Those of us engaged in what is often called the dismal science. But don't give in to it. You have persisted and persevered during this very tough period of COVID. You can always do something. I'll tell you briefly the story of my research. You might know about it from the Planet Money podcast, but it took me 10 years to publish some unusual research that brought together the very cold, distant data of patents to show how violence and lack of rule of law affect patent outcomes. And that was just an indicator of not just innovation and economic growth, but also the impetus to be creative and for societies to exist and continue to exist. In Stride Toward Freedom, Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Human progress is neither automatic or inevitable. Even a superficial look at history reveals that no social advance rolls in on the wheels of inevitability. Every step towards the goal of justice requires sacrifice, suffering, and struggle. The tireless exertions and passionate concern of dedicated individuals like yourselves. Without persistent effort, time itself becomes an ally of the insurgent and primitive forces of irrational emotionalism and social destruction. There is no time for apathy or complacency. This is a time for vigorous and positive action. The kind of positive action that the commencement speakers have already discussed. In the end, we will remember not the words of our enemies, but the silence of our friends. After protest, there has to be thoughtful policy to implement and sustain change. It can't be just protest. The next steps, strategy and tactics, contingency plans. There also has to be blue sky thinking that undergirds this. What would the world be like without extreme weather events? What would the US be without gun violence or without medical debt as the leading reason for bankruptcy? What would the world be like without the constant threat of pandemics? What would the US be with a social safety net that replaces a GoFundMe campaign for every emergency or extraordinary expense? That policy has to be implemented and evaluated for change. One thing that you all have learned to do is evaluation. We can't just articulate policy and send it out into the world. We have to make sure that it is actually delivering what it is supposed to deliver, the kind of change it is supposed to deliver. I would encourage you to keep acquiring the tools necessary to develop and change. You've already acquired a great toolkit. I would say never rest in doing so. There's always more to do. And again, in the words of Martin Luther King Jr., if you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl. But whatever you do, you have to keep moving forward. Fels graduates, let's move forward with the fierce urgency of now. Thank you. Let your light shine. Harness the superhero energy that Maggie talked about. And stay engaged with research, the American Economic Association, and life on Twitter at Dr. Lisa D. Cook. Thank you so much for this opportunity, and best of luck to each one of you and your families.
Thank you so much, Dr. Cook, for those inspiring words. Congratulations again to the class of 2021. And now for the presentation of degrees. On behalf of the University of Pennsylvania and the Fels Institute of Government, we are pleased to present the following distinguished students with the degree of Master of Public Administration.
Washik Ahmed, capstone, Performance Metrics for Economic Resiliency from Natural Disasters. Nasir Assad, capstone, Nationwide Survey, Innocence and Executive Clemency. Kaylin Ashcroft, Capstone, Intangible Asset Economies for Canadian Consulate Missions. Megan McHugh Blickman, Capstone, How Do We Do It? Philly Style. Rebecca K. Brewer, Capstone, Hate Crimes Bias Incidents, Database Analysis and Reporting. Paul V.J. Brown, Capstone, Penn Medicine Military Pay Policy Analysis and Recommendations. Tiara Campbell, Capstone, To Sell or Not to Sell, a Comparative Analysis of Municipal Experiences with Public Goods. Nicole Carmichael, Capstone, Rethinking Streets and Public Right-of-Way. Andres Selin, Capstone, Program Evaluation for Help the Hurdles. Cassidy Crampton, Capstone, U.S. Wildfire Suppression and Tactics Policy Analysis. Zainabu and Sierra Dabo, Capstone, Action Plan for Equitas. Kyle Bradford D. Maria, Capstone, Measuring Impact in a Complex World. Maggie Deptola, Capstone, Addressing Equity and Evaluation through Capacity Building Program Design. Malcolm Lee Dirk III, Capstone, Susquehanna University's Downtown Center. Yu Chen Celia Fan, Capstone, FinTech Reboot. Kelsey Gustafson, Capstone, Data Implementation Plan for Philadelphia Parks and Recreation. Sarah Ann Hamilton, Capstone, Representations of China Across the Media Landscape. Rachel Hamelman, Capstone, Communication Strategy for the Drexel Academy of Natural Sciences Ideal Team. James C. Harris III, Capstone, Program Evaluation of the TSA Insider Threat Program. Gabriella Hartney, Capstone, Managing Air Quality Impacts from Prescribed Burns with the GAO. Jonathan Hood, Capstone, Policy Analysis, Personal Protective Equipment, Supply and Supply Chain during COVID-19. Dana Marie Kaiser, Capstone, Connecting Campus to Community, Ben's Network Management Approach. Marvin Lee, Capstone, Performance Metric Analysis and Presentation. Chengwei Li, Capstone, Using Data to Improve Customer Experience. Jasmine Lin, Capstone, How Professional Development Impacts Career Skill Sets. Tia Livingston, Capstone, Telework Best Practices with the Pennsylvania Department of Revenue. Soraya Lusant, Capstone, The State of Black Women in Pennsylvania. Chao Dan Coco Luo, Capstone, Closing the Gender Equity Gap, Justice Solutions for Girls. Rosie Bell Maria, Using Best Practices in Geospatial Analysis to Inform Philadelphia's Pre-K Rollout. David Martin, Capstone, Equitable Development Goals for Kensington. Carolyn K. Mayenja, Capstone, Restart, a Proposed Housing Program for Formerly Incarcerated Persons. Carolyn McCandless Oriens, Capstone, Greater Philadelphia Coalition Against Hunger, Environmental Scan. Meggie McCarthy Alfono, Capstone, Young Invincibles, Understanding Health Insurance Among Pennsylvania's Young Adults. Ashling McCormick, Capstone, Mission-Based Grant Making, A Path to Success. Sean Naylor, Capstone, Philadelphia Early Intervention Agency Star Rating Scale Evaluation. Casey Olson, Capstone, Reassessing Resilience in the Army. Robert J. Palermo, Capstone, Pennsylvania Radar and the Price of Speed. Timothy Perez, Capstone, Arrest Diagnostic with the City of Philadelphia's Office of Criminal Justice. Brent Peterkin, Capstone, Gather New Haven, Strategic Communications Plan. Jacob L. Polakov. Capstone, Philadelphia Civil Service Renovation. Rachel Rost. Capstone, Strategic Planning Process to Uproot Racism and Center Equity. John Rutkowskis. Capstone, Pennsylvania Department of Revenue, Human Centeredness, Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion. Chase Schulte. Capstone, an overview of best practices for affordable single-family housing development and finance. Natasha Sharma. Capstone, expanding early childhood options at the Community Partnership School. Michelle Schumann. Capstone, Municipal High Performance Building Guide. Michael Smith. Capstone, improving performance at the Chicago Community Trust. Sarah Suhaimi. Capstone, performance management for youth outcomes in the juvenile justice system. Declan Sullivan. Capstone, optimization of staffing allocation and the use of civilians with the Philadelphia Police Department. Gabrielle Thomas, predicting K-12 discipline disproportionality for African American students. Nina Christine Tenari. Elena Tombridge. Capstone, civilianization in the Philadelphia Police Department.
Well, thank you everyone for joining us again here today. So excuse me, I promise I don't have COVID, just slightly choking without a lot of water. Congratulations again to the class of 2021. Now, before we go, I'd like the graduates to pause for a minute and join me in thanking someone else. And that's all of your friends and family, whether they're here with us today or not. Your love and support makes this possible. So graduates, please join me in congratulating and thanking all of your friends and family for all they've done to support you during your time at Penn. Since 1937, the Fels Institute of Government has educated generations of distinguished public leaders. Their accomplishments are our legacy, and they are the authors of our history. I am confident that this year's graduating class will continue this tradition by writing their own chapter in the enduring history of Fels. Each person graduating today has much to contribute to the public good, and we look forward to seeing all that they accomplish in the years to come. So this concludes our ceremony. Tomorrow, we will gather to celebrate everyone's accomplishments in person at the Fels Mansion on Penn's campus. We invite everyone to join us there. I want to thank everyone for joining us today, the graduates, their friends and family, our faculty, alumni, and honored guests. A special thank you again to Dr. Lisa Cook for being with us this afternoon. And of course, a special thanks to Mindy, Kate, Colleen, our Fels staff, and all the students know that none of this would be possible without them and all of their hard work. So thank you so much for joining us, and we look forward to seeing many of you in person tomorrow. Bye-bye.